You know that feeling, right? That sudden drip, that weird gurgle coming from the drain, or even worse, that growing puddle of water that has absolutely no business being there. Your first thought is just pure panic, and the second one is almost always, oh no, how much is this going to cost me? Well, let's unclog these confusing costs and get you some real answers. This is the big question, isn't it? It's so frustrating. Your friend tells you they paid a couple $100 for a leak, but your bill for what seems like the exact same problem is way, way higher. So together, we're going to break down exactly what's behind that price difference so you're never caught off guard again. Okay, let's start with the heart of the issue. The wild unpredictability of plumbing repair costs isn't just in your head. It's a real challenge for homeowners everywhere. The truth is, there's no simple price tag for a leak, and understanding why is the first, most critical step to taking back control. Here's the bottom line, and it's something our source material really drills down on. These costs are super variable. The final price you pay depends on a whole bunch of factors happening behind your walls and under your floors. It's almost never as simple as just fixing a little drip. All right, let's pull back the curtain and actually decode that plumbing bill. We're going to look at the specific pieces that all stack up to create that final number. That way, you know exactly what you're paying for the next time you have to make that call. So it really all starts here. What is the problem? Are we talking about a leaky faucet or a busted sewer line? Is it a slow drip you can schedule for next week, or is it a full-blown emergency flooding your basement right now? And then there's the big one. What hidden damage, like waterlogged drywall or a rotted subfloor, is the plumber going to find once they open things up? Each one of these can totally change the scope and the cost of the job. And the scale of that difference can be, well, staggering. A minor faucet fix might cost you a couple $100s, sure, but if the problem is a collapsed sewer line that requires digging up your entire front yard, that's a whole different universe of a project with a much, much bigger price tag. Yeah, those major repairs, like that sewer line replacement we just talked about, can easily, and I mean easily, climb into the thousands of dollars. And that's exactly why understanding these cost factors beforehand is so, so crucial for your wallet. Okay, so we've covered the what. Now let's talk about the where. And this might actually surprise you, but your geographical location and even the time you make the call plays a huge role in what you end up paying. Think about it. If you live in a big city, you're probably dealing with higher labor rates and way more complicated permit rules, which just naturally drive up the cost. But if you're in a more rural area, the rates might be lower, but you could be waiting a lot longer for a specialist to get out to you, which is a huge problem in an emergency. And it's not just your address. Did you call the plumber on a holiday weekend? Or maybe during a massive cold snap when everyone's pipes are freezing? You can bet you're going to pay a premium for that. After-hour service and emergency calls almost always come with overtime charges that can really inflate that final bill. All right, enough of the bad news. Let's talk solutions. This next part is all about what you can actually do to manage these costs and make sure you're getting a fair price for good work. This is the homeowner's playbook. Here are 3 actionable steps you should always take. First, never just accept a single number. Always ask for a detailed, itemized estimate that breaks down labor, parts, everything. Second, get more than one quote. This helps you spot anyone who's way too high or suspiciously low. And finally, ask about warranties. A good plumber will stand behind their work. I love this quote from our source material because it just nails it. Transparency from your plumber and being proactive yourself, those are the 2 most powerful tools you've got. This isn't about just hoping for a low price, it's about creating a process that gets you a fair one. And that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the single best long-term strategy: preventative maintenance. You know, the cheapest repair is the one you never have to make in the first place. Simple things like clearing your drains, checking appliance hoses once a year. These things can help you catch tiny issues before they become absolute disasters, saving you an incredible amount of money and stress down the line. So let's wrap this all up with the most important takeaway here. It really all comes down to being an informed and prepared homeowner, someone who's ready to protect both their home and their wallet. Before you hire anyone, please run through this simple checklist. 1. Make sure they're licensed and insured. That's totally non-negotiable. 2. Read recent reviews. See what other people in your area are saying. And 3. Get those local quotes to compare. This simple process can save you from a world of headaches. And I'll just leave you with this final thought. After everything we've talked about,
What's that one tiny drip under the sink or that bathtub that's been draining a little too slowly? The one you've been putting off. Dealing with it now might just be the smartest and cheapest decision you make all year.